My name is Rashawn Mitchell. I am 49 years old. I was born November 29th. I'll be 50 this year. I'm the mom of three boys and a girl. Um, I am a 10-year colon cancer survivor. So this year I celebrated April 28th, 10 years being colon cancer free. I'm excited about that. I am back in school, doing middle grades. I taught for so many years, but I just wanted to do something, so I'm back in school now. The first symptoms I had was being tired. I could not get up to go to work at all every morning. And I remember it was February 2014. I was late to work the entire month of February. And that's when I started drinking coffee. My boss was like, look, you need to drink coffee. And I started drinking coffee every day, thinking that was going to wake me up. So it was me being late. I had a verbal reprimand. And I asked my mom, I was like, look, I need a B12 shot because they're going to write me up for being late every day. And I went to the doctor. The doctor told me, we don't give B12 shots for people your age. He said, your hemoglobin must be low. You may be losing blood somewhere. And I had an appointment scheduled for the next week. But in between that time, I was chewing on a lot of ice. I was ice, ice, ice. And my daughter leaned over to, she was like, you're all the ice that you're eating, your blood must be low. And I was like, no, it's not. I went to the doctor the next week, and he actually just told me, he was like, hey, I'm going to do a rectal and see if you're losing blood through your stool. He was very crass. And he did the rectal. He put on this little, he dropped the little, whatever he dropped on it. He was like, you have blood in your stool. He said, we need to get you into the Medical College of Georgia to go ahead and see a gastro doctor. He said, but it's going to be a while. And when I did call, it was a 6 months waiting list. And I was crying. I cried. And my mom happened to have a friend from Putnam County who was a gastro doctor here. She called him on a Thursday. He got me in on a Tuesday. And then I had a colonoscopy that following Thursday. And when I came out of recovery, he was telling my mom that he had found a mass as large as a golf ball in the crook of my colon. And he said it looked like it was rough dysphagia. I'll never forget that. It looks like, but I don't think it's cancer, but it looked like it has rough dysphagia. We're going to have to, have it removed and sent off. And that was the start of me going into finding a surgeon. I went ahead and had my surgery. I had my surgery probably that was in March. I had my surgery April 28th because I had a son that was graduating high school in May, and I wanted to be able to make it to his graduation. So they rushed the surgery so I could be at least able to get to my son's graduation. I just covered my head up with the covers. I was just like a little kid. And I cried, and I could not compartmentalize. This is just me, I don't drink anything but water, maybe tea sometimes. I'm just thinking of everything. I was like, I do everything right. And I just couldn't believe it. So after it took about 2 weeks for me to I couldn't believe it. I said, maybe he's wrong. But actually, when he actually called back, it was 2 weeks. He said, got the results back from Tennessee. He was like, it was cancer and we're going to have it removed. And actually, my mom was at my house when he called, and I just handed her the phone. And she talked to him, and when she hung up, she told me, she was just like, something we're gonna have to do. We'll have to do it as soon as we could, and found another doctor at the Medical College of Georgia and scheduled my surgery. I'm my kids everything, so it was disheartening. I was like, how am I gonna be able to take care of my kids? That's my major thing. I felt sorry for my kids, so I think that got me more than anything else, because I was thinking of losing hair. I was thinking of maybe how far it was. Who was going to actually take care of me. My mom was older. She was in her late 60s. It was, and I had just lost my dad to lung cancer. So I just didn't understand. It took me a year to actually be like, okay, it just is what it is. Even after my surgery, I still didn't understand. Like, why me? What happened? And everything. They told me, say, listen, we're going to take at least a yard of your colon out. We're supposed to take, I think he told me 13 lymph nodes, but he ended up taking 20, 22 or 23 out. He took more than just to make sure, because at the crook, he wanted to make sure it hadn't gone anywhere. So he said he was going to go ahead and take, extra out. So I'm thinking of colostomy bag. They gave it all to me. The changing stools. So he described the surgery. He was like, we're gonna take about a foot of your colon out. He gave me, maybe an option, not an option. I may have to have a, colostomy bag. Um, of course, he told me, he just pretty much told me everything that I needed to be aware of, that what could happen and what couldn't happen. He said my recovery would be 6 to 8 weeks. It ended up being 12 weeks. I didn't have any major problems after the surgery, other than the incision came open a little bit, but it didn't get infected. So it was they were going to go in through my same C-section, cut to bring it out, and then laparoscopic. They did 2 cuts on my stomach. So they put the camera above my stomach and one below, and then once they cut me, they took my colon out from where my C-section was. Sewed me back up, and everything else was pretty much healing after that. Healing for me was tough because I'm OCD anyway. So I like to take baths and wash up. Washing up was one of the worst things because they cut me here. So to try to, wash your back, your back, that was tough. Having somebody else to do it was embarrassing. My sister was helping me. She wasn't, to me, washing me like I want to wash up. It was terrible. I'm so self-sufficient and independent. I've been able to do so many things myself. So during that time, having somebody to have to do that for me, it was very discouraging. I had to have iron infusions, blood transfusions, prior to my surgery, because my numbers had to be a certain number before they even started the surgery process. My son graduated May 21st. My surgery was April 28th. That was only 3 weeks. So I was still able to get there. I was in pain, but I was able to walk the steps. I was able to just join in his celebration, which meant more to me, than anything. I'm not going to say it was a bad recovery. I had a pretty good recovery. My support system was good. My gastro doctor was good. I followed all his instructions. Now, afterwards, my taste buds, I had a problem with my taste buds. It's a lot of stuff that I just did not eat, for a long time. And I'm kind of funny how I eat anyway. So it took a while for my taste buds. I didn't drink coffee anymore. So a lot of things that I did enjoy after my surgery, it took about a year for me to start back, eating it and enjoying it. After my surgery, I didn't have to have another colonoscopy for a year. So I had my next one that next May. And when I had my surgery that May, I had polyps. So for me, I was like, I just had surgery. Why didn't y'all get that? And the doctor told me, which was very discouraging, because I'm just like, I just had the surgery. Now, I have polyps. And he was like, it take polyps so long to grow. They were probably so small and microscopic that he didn't see it. So I'm going to be honest, I was a little upset with him because I was like, you didn't catch that. And it kind of got me a little nervous. So I had to have a colonoscopy every year for 5 years. Once I hit my 5th year, they considered me being cancer-free, and it went to every 3 years. So now I'm at every 3 years for colonoscopies. I didn't go to any type of classes. I didn't go to any type of support groups. Everything that's like out now is breast cancer or there was literally nothing for colon cancer, and I was lost. So the more I've learned through these years, I feel better because I have people inbox me all the time. Hey, my stools look like this, or hey, when did you know? But it's only because of the things I've learned. We need more programs out there to even talk about colon cancer. Like I said, you go anywhere, you're going to see pink. It floods. We'll see, other cancers, but colon cancer, we don't get much information. So for me, I was kind of lost. I kind of had to figure some stuff out myself, and then talking to my doctor. I'm just getting into like cancer walks, the support groups, because I didn't even know that stuff was out there. That's exactly, literally, I didn't know that stuff was out there. I wish I had known years ago, and I probably wouldn't have suffered, so long, because I just really had to. People don't understand if you've never had colon cancer. It's nothing. It's really something. It is, and I had a tough time trying to recover because I just did not know. So, I love to tell people, they'll ask me about my stools. I was like, look, that's a dark stool. That may be indication of blood, or a hard stool, or a runny stool, or anything they ask me, I can give them my experience. Speaking about it is important. I didn't used to think so, because people do listen. They might listen to everything, but they're going to listen to what's important to them. And that little bit, it made me feel good being able to help the little bit of people that I was able to help. But I have a good support system. My mom had breast cancer. Watching her and listening to her guidance really helped me in being, kind of strong, because my mom she was very strong for us. So I knew I had to be strong for my children. I have a lot of, sad days, or I had a lot of sad days, but it was tough because I was feeling sorry for myself. Why me? I'm the youngest. People put in your minds that, it may be this, it may be that. I didn't get therapy because it's like I didn't have time. It's like boom, boom, boom. And I needed it because I was really feeling sorry for myself. And I should have had therapy back in probably 2014, 15, and 16. Because like I said, I didn't know how to compartmentalize everything. Still raising children, still trying to be the, best person I can be, the best version. But I was kind of angry. Having good mental health, doing something like that is very important, because I've had days of feeling hopeless, but I didn't feel like, giving up. But I did. I felt like it just was not going to be better. And I just wasn't going to be the best version of myself. This year is probably the best version of myself that I have been in a very long time. So I am excited about that. I am the best version of me right now within, I would say, the last 10 years I've had. I thank God. Before I even roll out my bed, every day, I say, thank you for waking me up. I may have to run to the bathroom, but that is the first thing I'm going to say. Thank you for waking me, because I didn't have to be here. My faith has gotten stronger because I'm here for a reason. Because previously, I just didn't know. I'm here. I'm still working on what's my purpose. I live life every day like paying it forward. I have this thing. I wake up every day. I thank God. I'm going to pay it forward to somebody. Whether it's to do something nice, to call, to food, I'm going to pay it forward to somebody. That's just my thing. I don't know where that came from or where it originated from, but that's just something that I make my practice on doing every day. I'm going to get my blessing some kind of way. I've always been like that anyway, but I'm more intentional about it every day, doing something for somebody else. That's just what makes me feel good. That's part of makes me feel like, I don't know if it's my gift. They said my spiritual gift assessment. I had one taken at church, and it says that I have the gift of help. That's my biggest thing. I tell everybody, know your body. Do not let the signs of what you think it may be Know your body and get help. I don't know why we sit, oh, my stomach's hurting or this is hurting. We are a people who of waiting, and waiting is not a good thing. So just know your body. You know that your so and so doesn't operate like that. Usually, get it checked out. And that's just gonna be that's me. Know your body. I'm gonna tell anybody. You just have to know your body.